All right, Nick, we're going to go over the first most essential combat mechanic in all Souls games, including Elden Ring, which is rolling. You're probably familiar with the concept, but when you roll, you have iframes. So you can roll through attacks. Somebody swings a sword at you, you have to roll at the right moment, and you will not take damage. And it usually sets you up for a good opportunity to attack back. It's very important in this game. It's the only way to avoid damage in some situations. So anyway, a good way to practice it, just kite somebody over, and you're not even going to attack them. Just lock onto them with R3, and then just avoid his attacks. That would not be avoiding an attack. See? So you just roll right through it. So we're just going to play around with them for a little bit. Die just trying to show you this. Delayed attacks will get you. Don't panic roll. Try to time it with his attacks. Now, that would have been a backstab there if I went for it. See, that attack was so delayed, I had a chance to roll twice. That was actually not very good on my part, but, you know, what are you going to do? That's your primary mechanic for avoiding damage. So, now, the easiest way to defeat common enemies like this, one at a time, is always best. All you're going to do is you're going to do a guard counter. So let's get this guy over here. Whoever wants to come first is fine. You just hold up your shield, and when they attack, hit R2. Oh my god, I got them both at the same time. But as you can see, it does a tremendous amount of damage to them, but the biggest thing is it breaks their posture. And that puts them in a state, opens them up for a critical. R2 after the hit. And it does not have to be, it's not parry timing. Just let him hit you, and then hit R2. You can wait probably a full second before that happens. These always have weapons in them, so whenever you see one of these carriages, go get the weapon. That's a flail. That weapon has bleed on it. It's pretty good. Mainly a dexterity weapon. There's a better version of it not far from here that we're going to get. Stealth is good. You know, I know you said you've been doing some stealthing around. That's good. But we want to get into some shit, so let's see. So we're just going to try to go through this camp. I'm not going to spend too much time doing it too carefully. But, you know, obviously some situation like this, the AI is not great. So, I mean, you can very easily get a backstab on them. Just walk up behind them and hit your R1. So, like I said, guard counters, hold your block. When they attack, when they hit your shield, just hit R2, and you will pretty much drop any basic enemy in the game. And they like to attack a lot, so you can usually catch them with that. You can, of course, parry with L2. The timing is very difficult, and I do not recommend it. It's something that you should learn if you want to continue with the game, but fishing for backstabs is pretty easy too. You know, just circle around them. Well, I missed the opportunity there, but basically, enemies like this, you can circle around them and backstab them all day, so that's always a good tactic to employ. So this is a base confessor, by the way. So I have not leveled anything up on this guy. I haven't leveled a weapon. These guys are obviously a lot trickier. This is the tough guy, but we'll see now. If I had let him hit my shield there, ooh, see that roll? Now, when you let them hit your shield, if they're doing a combo, they will interrupt you if you try to attack. So you have to almost wait for the last one or two hits of the combo. Missed it that time, but so if he does the combo, I don't want to try to go for that follow-up attack right away. Always got to watch your stamina too. That lower bar of the 3 is your stamina meter, and you don't want it to run out because then he will break your posture. Another really good, I'm not doing a good example of what to do here. I'm going to roll behind him for a backstab if I survive this. See how he circled around for the backstab? Another thing to not be discounted is the power of jumping attacks in this game. Jumping R2 is your friend. So those well-timed rolls are helping me avoid a lot of damage because I'm making a lot of mistakes here. You can always hold your shield up and then roll too. That gives you a little added protection. So I'm going to wait for a roll, but see how I messed up the timing, but I was able to catch it. You just have to be careful to always remember you have to let go. Ooh, boy! I'm going to die. But it's a good thing we're confessors, though, because we can use healing incantations, which are very hard to do in combat, but they definitely come in handy. And that will eat up your FP bar, which is the second bar down. So let's just get a jumping R2, and he's dead. That was very sloppy, but I mean, I don't know. I die all the time in this game, so don't think you have to be perfect by any means. We're just going to continue clearing this camp. Two-handing weapons. Obviously, you lose advantage of your shield, but you get access to a different move set. You get 1.5 the damage, I believe. So it can be very helpful, especially if you're doing jumping R2s. Jumping two-handed R2. I bet I'll break his posture. Watch, see? So two-handed jumping R2 takes a lot of poise damage off of your enemy. So just running through this camp over and over again will, you get a good variety of the basic enemies and the basics of combat. I recommend doing it. I've got 734 souls already. I'm not even done. Dogs suck, but what are you gonna do? See, I'm in a sticky situation now. So I've got to get out of here. I'm gonna see if I can pull off another heal. You can always run away. No shame in running away. I mean, maybe some, but I won't tell anybody. If you can try to kite them around, things that will slow them down, that helps sometimes. It's not going to matter. I'm going to die here. But, ooh, see, that was a very heavy attack, and that took too much of my posture. But I can still survive if I use that counterattack method. Only got a couple enemies left, so let me just clear this guy here. Let him attack. See, it's only one hit. Now, later in the game, obviously, this tactic is not going to necessarily kill everything in one hit. Last thing I want to show you here, you already found the wet blade in this basement cellar, which is great. Very useful. Hey, buddy. But anyway, last thing I wanted to show you is there are 2 caravans in here. We already got the one that had the flail, but if you go over to this one here, I should have got this while I was over there. There is a great sword in here that if you allow it to, it will be your best friend. This weapon will literally, leveled up fully, will take you through the entire game. I mean, I'll let you check it out for yourself, but we obviously don't have the stats to wield it. I'll go over statistics with you some other time if you want to, but basically, if you look down where attributes required, it requires 16 strength and 10 dexterity. So that's in the middle bottom under attributes required. And then if you look at your statistics, you only have 12 strength and 12 dexterity. So we meet the dexterity requirement, but not the strength requirement. Now, you can cheat this by two-handing a weapon. So if you two-hand it, you multiply whatever the requirement is. You divide it by 1.5. That allows you to use it two-handed. Now, if you were to use it one-handed, you'd be doing like 4 damage per swing, but you can still get some really good damage out of this thing. It's got really good R2s. Its weapon art is very good. That will pretty much break anybody's shield. It uses a little bit of FP, but not much. It even has, I think it has a follow-up. But anyway, I'll let you mess with that. But anyway, I'm going to end this one right here. I'm going to do maybe 1 or 2 more videos for you. Hope this helps, buddy. Take care.